Hello my yogi friends, my name is Natasha. Welcome to my channel or welcome back. We have another creative sequence power yoga flow. This class will be done in 2 sections. We'll do the warm-up flow, we will repeat the warm-up flow faster, and then add on the second part of class. I will also do a just the flow where we take out all the warm-ups, any kind of extras in the class, and just do the flow, so you have a chance to kind of dance out the flow, do it again instead of taking the whole entire class over again. That one tends to be about 20 to 30 minutes, where these full power hours tend to be an hour. All right, gather any props you might need: water, a towel, a yoga mat. Hopefully you have a little more space around you than I do. A couple things will take us a little bit off the mat. A yoga block if you need it for our half moon. I don't think you'll need the block for many poses today, but it's always nice to have handy. Also, any extra padding you might need, a little blanket if you're not comfortable on your knees or your spine, or you have a very thin mat, that might come in handy too. All right, if you are somebody that gets lost with a lot of choreography, this might not be the class for you, but you are more than welcome. I'm happy to have you try it. We do move around a lot. There are a lot of poses strung together to make this creative sequence flow. All right, meet me in a child's pose. We'll just take a couple moments to ground in, and then we're gonna go right into a mobility warm-up drill. All right. Meet me on your knees. Go ahead and drop your body into your child's pose. Your knees can be apart or together. Forehead towards the mat, elbows soft. Allow your spine and your hips to melt. Feel all the points of contact with the mat as you ground in and let go of distractions, expectations, and judgment. As you tune inward, see if there's anything you can let go of, from the forehead, eyebrows, jaw, and tongue, down to your ankles, again, your hips, your spine, your shoulders. Arriving into your space, meeting your body as it is. Tuning into the breath here. Inhale deep into the back, sides, and belly. And sigh out the mouth. Can be an audible sigh, letting go of any stale air, any stress. Inhale deep. And sigh out the mouth. And then perhaps changing the breath to Ujjayi, pranayama, breathing through the nose, if that works for you. Inhale deep. And exhale through the nose, feeling that vibration on the back of the throat, listening to the audible sound of the ocean or the wind, matching your inhales to your exhales. At the bottom of the breath, feeling the toning of the core muscles to push out and shrink in and then expand. Pop up onto your fingertips and sink your chest a little lower, maybe your chin to the mat. And then let's take a little walk off to your right side, fingers to the right, hips swaying to the left. You can turn your head side to side, just explore some subtle movement of exploration in every pose, moving the breath and body in ways that feel good. Walk your hands over to the left and kind of shimmy your hips away. Anything that you need to do to make the poses feel right in your body, you can ignore my cueing if something else feels better. Come on back to the center, walk your way up to kneeling, and when you're there, tuck your toes under and come onto those toes, feeling a very intense stretch on the feet. While you're here, let's flex and point, warm up the wrists, the fingers, the toes, arms, our fingers up and down. Now spread your fingers wide and narrow, narrow. Widen grip like you're clawing, and that's what you want to feel every time your hands plant into the mat for planks, down dogs, all that good stuff. All right, release the tops of your feet, circle out your wrists. And give me some blinks like you're flicking water off your hands. This is a great warm up for the forearms and wrists and those fingers. All right, bring your fingertips down midway between your knees and your hips, and just see if it feels safe to rock your knees up as you lean away or cat the back, stretching the tops of the feet. You can even try to play with a little balance there. Swing back to the knees, and let's do a couple of lateral bends, just reaching up and over side to side. Feel free to stay for a breath or two. Or you can kind of just rock back and forth, maybe a wrist circle when your arm is over the head and the other palm flat, bending the elbow if there's space to do so. Dropping your ear heavy towards your shoulder might give you a nice neck release as well. Beautiful. All right, just a little crisscross pat on the back, swinging your arms out, connecting to a more vigorous breath through the nose or mouth. Some shoulder circles. And meet me in a forearm tabletop. Your elbows over your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Did I say that wrong? Shoulders over your elbows, hips over your knees. All right, rounding your spine, you're gonna look at your belly button and puff up through the back of the heart. Keep the top of your feet down, and can you lift your knees an inch or two? Now lift your head, chest and tailbone into cow, and lift off your elbows. And while you're here, tuck your toes under and hover in an arched cat back. We're gonna go back and forth. Tops of the feet, lift, drop to your forearms, curl your cat back, eyes to belly. So you're gonna lift on the top of your feet, rounding and using your core and shoulder strength. Then tuck your toes, elevate off your elbows, and you can try to hover here. Still pushing the shoulders down, but lifting tailbone. One more time, elbows land, top of the feet, round the spine, cat, exaggerated core strength, lift and hover your knees, and then lift, head, chest, tailbone, press onto those hands, fingertips active, tuck your toes. Now we're gonna swing your hips back, lift your knees, loaded beast, and jump your feet outside your pinkies. Just a little frog hop, nothing fancy, keep it low. Elbows pry the knees apart, find Malasana. If your ankles don't release and you can't drop your heels down, that's okay, wherever you need to be. Take a breath here. Cross your right arm over your left arm and see if you can reach your ankles, dropping into a nice crouched up Malasana. Your hips might lift. You could lean into your toes. You could try to touch your head to the ground. Then make a star, arms reach up, come onto your tiptoes. Use the power of your legs, almost like a tippy-toe goddess. Now left arm over right, grab onto your ankles, crouch and curl in. Explore, hips high, hips low, and back to that star on tippy toes. Power up the legs, they might already start to shake. Bring your hands to the mat and jump right back to a tabletop, landing softly on your knees. Let's repeat that one more time. Drop to your elbows, cat back curl, and lift off the knees. Push the shoulders down, lift head, chest, tailbone. Tuck toes under, rock hips back, spring forward, Malasana. Right arm over left, curl, forehead tap possibly, and a little goddess tiptoe. Elevate, left over right, curled in, Malasana, and lift into your star. Bring your hands down and jump back, down dog. Meet me in downward facing dog and start to paddle high heels, low heels. And sway your hips side to side, shake out that neck. Remember, we're spreading the fingers and we are gripping into each one. Find some flexibility in the calves, the hamstrings. Start to engage your quads, kneecaps up, chest towards toes, like you're pressing your mat forward. Some spinal waves here. Walk your feet wide, mat width. Lift your tailbone. Now round your spine, cat back forward. Press into your fingertips, curl the back, and unfurl into a high plank above the mat. Quads on, core on, shoulders down, and fingers pressing. Sweep the hips down, back bending, stretching that front body. Gently push the shoulders down, heart forward. Then round the spine back, tuck the chin, push the shoulders down, cat, and wave back. One more time, round forward, use your core, shoulders, high plank. Sweep those hips down, squeezing the glutes gently, lift the heart, shoulders down away from the ears, tuck the chin and round it on back. Walk your feet a little closer in, and we're gonna try that to the diagonal. Turn your toes to the left, hips to the right, round it forward. Take like a sideways, twisted up dog, and then round it back, feeling your obliques. Send your hips to the left, toes to the right. Round it forward. Think of it kind of a spiral twisting up dog at the corner. Side of your feet can come down. And then round and swing the heels back. Let's try that one more time. Heels to the right, round it forward. You might even lift up through that left arm and give me a little dip. Then spin the left hand down and spiral back. Heels to the left, both hands down, or lift that right arm and take a little side dipping up dog, and then press back through the right hand, lift the hips. Beautiful. All right, just to give your wrists a nice little stretch, go ahead and sit back on your knees, counter stretch the hands. And we're gonna do some down dog leg work, hip circles, big leg circles. So we will be back on the hands a bit. Blink out your fingers, shake out your wrists. If you're really struggling with your wrists, you could always do this in dolphin on the forearms. I'm not gonna have a lot of space to do this, so I'm trying to think of the best way for me to be. We're essentially making really big leg circles, right leg, then left leg. So I'm going to spin diagonal. All right, meet me in down dog. Take your right leg up into a split. Press into those fingertips, push your chest towards your toes. You can be high on the left heel, left toes, or whatever your flexibility allows. You can try to sink your heel down. All right, so we're gonna abduct the right leg outside the hip to the side of you, and then hover, 2 more. It starts in a split, it hovers outside your hip to the side, and then it circles to side by side. One more time, split, abduct, and hover. Now reverse that. Abduct to split and hover. 2 more. Side abduction, split, squeeze your glutes and hamstrings, and hover. 1 more time. Sideways, split, and down. All right, we're going into the other side. Left leg split. Abduct. Hover, down. 2 more. Split. Try to smooth it out and really use the strength of your shoulders, your glutes, your abductors. Split. Side. Feeling your obliques and down. Now reverse that. Side. Split. And drop 2 more. Abduct. Spin it to split. Ooh, try to find your mobility, your range with the strength of your muscles. Now, from the split, tuck your knee to your nose, look forward, lower the hips into plank. Bend your right knee. We're gonna jump our right foot outside our right pinky, like a little jump switch. Hips up, right foot forward, left foot back. You'll have time to practice that, or you could do that again really quick. Left knee into a tuck, right foot jumps wide, left foot back, lower the knee, And you can counter stretch that right wrist while you're here, exploring a lizard lunge. Now twist and circle the wrist at the top. Take a big circle in the shoulder, reaching back, spinning it forward. 2 more times. Sweep. Nice work. Reach your arm forward. Elevate off the back knee by tucking your toes. We're going to take an elbow to knee right under our belly button, balancing on the left hand and right foot, crunch, and come back. This time bring your hands to a plank position and bring your left knee onto the shelf of your left tricep like a half crow pose. Hug the heel in, use your core, and step it back. This one, we're going to pull the knee into the middle. We're going to take this knee outside your right ankle. Swing the left knee to the right and sit in between your feet. Did you make it? Half lord of the fish. Make space for your right sit bone to lower and just breathe into this hip stretch. Try to stack your spine. You can do a little neck circle, one way and the other way. All right, this right leg that's on top is going to spin behind you for a double stag leg position. Again, trying to settle both your sit bones down. You could gently press. Your right hip is internally rotating, your left hip is externally rotating. We're going to bring our right hand to the left foot. Give yourself about a foot distance between your right quad and your left foot. Bring your right hand on your left foot. They just touch. And we bring our left hand to our inner thigh. And as you do that, try to lean your head and your elbow away from this front left knee. You might even be able to touch your right elbow to your thigh or lower it towards the mat. It should feel good here. Dropping your ear towards your right shoulder. Explore leaning forward with it. Leaning to the side. Deep breath. And we'll lift. Now swing your upper body home, making a plank position hand at the top of your mat. And you could slide your right knee a little bit further away into the stag leg twist. Good. All right, we're going to take our right back leg into a half frog. Swing it over. The knee is now outside the right hip. Lift both your hips, swing your hips to the right, and this left knee is going to stretch back. Did you get there? We are in a Sphinx half frog. Right knee lateral of your hip and the foot right behind the knee. Meet me here. And we'll have 3 more times to practice these moves. If you'd like to take a little bit of a cobra roll, bring your fingertips down, lift your heart and lower, or you can do this on hands. Lift your heart and lower. Try to keep that right hip bone low towards the mat, getting a nice hip flexor quad and a back bend stretch. Now, bring your hands by your chest. We're going to flex our right toes and tuck those back toes under. Keep your left knee down, but lift onto your right foot. It looks like this. Push up and slide back. So you are in a crouching position. Your right toes are facing the right. Your left knee is under the hip. Fingertips out in front of you and pull those hips back. Think of a crouching, extended child's pose. And we're going to do that 2 more times. Bring your hands down. Lower your right knee and your left hip and roll down the body. Come on up. You can start this in a little back bend. Cobra, and then lift your hips. Step on your right foot and your left knee. Drop your head heavy. 1 more time. Rolling down. Left hip, right knee. Land softly. Upper body strength. And then lift Cobra. Hips up. Left knee, right foot down. Head hanging heavy. You could even shake it out. You could pop onto your fingertips. You can explore rocking back to your heel. Now we're going to ragdoll up. Draw the hands under the shoulders and round your way up. We're still in this little sideways kneeling position. And we're going to move into a kneeling side angle. So reaching you could bring your forearm to your thigh for a modification, or you could swing your right fingers towards the ground and stretch. And then explore rocking knee over toe, hip over knee, back and forth. Just moving in ways that feel good, getting a nice ankle stretch, some mobility there. And of course, the side body, you could drop your ear heavy. All right, in opposition, we're gonna cartwheel up and off to the left. And now you'll be in a modified side plank with your right leg to the right and your left hand down. And I'm kind of stretched for space here, but find a nice rainbow extension. Your right leg is straight. Let your head fall. And some elbow to knee crunches, right elbow, right knee, extend it out to the side. Crunch it in, obliques, extend it out to the side. 2 more. Reach it long, and 1. Now keep the elbow to knee, take a big step forward. Sweep your arms forward and elevate off your back knee. Meet me in high crescent lunge. That is our warm-up blow or part 1. We will repeat that. Take a breath in your high lunge. Bend your front knee, straighten your back knee, maybe a little cactus elbow. Back bend, squeeze your shoulder blades and your glutes. Neutral, and let's flush that out. Hands down, frame the front toes. Glide the right foot back, high to low plank, chaturanga, or knees just chin, toes back, heart through, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Shake out your head, spin your hips. All right, we have from the hip circles, all right, or the down dog leg circles. Take your left leg up, stretch it on up. Let's do 2 of each. So we'll take our left leg lateral abduction and hover. 1 more. Split, abduct, hover other way, abduct, split, hover, abduct, split, strong shoulders, press them out forward, and switch. Right leg down dog split. Abduct to the side, and then sweep to hover. Big split, each one feeling a little stronger and more flexible to the side and down, and then reverse to the side, to your split, and to hover 1 more, abduct to the side, up to your split, and as you pull the knee down, the foot down, the knee pulls in, down dog tuck. Now look forward, down to plank tuck. Bend your left knee and get ready to jump your left foot to your left pinky and your right foot back, like a little jump switch. Try it 1 more time. Right knee to nose, bend, hop switch, lizard lunge. Drop your right knee and counter stretch the left palm up, little blinks. Connect to the breath, and then to your twist. Circle your wrist a couple times, and big shoulder circles. Reach back and around, up, back, and around 1 more time. Circle sweep, maybe drop the ear to the shoulder, and reach forward. Tuck your back toes, elevate off the back knee, elbow to knee, right down the center, balance and crunch. And back. Plant your hands down. Bring your right knee onto the shelf of your right tricep. Bend your elbow, look forward, around the spine, hug the heel in, step back. All right, this one, we are pulling that right knee into the middle. You can lift your left hand or you can keep it down. Swing your right knee left outside of your ankle to the left. Tuck, swing, sit. Did you get there? Make a little space for your left sit bone, and you're in a half Lord of the Fish seated shape. We're just going to hold it right here as you lengthen the spine, and you could do some little neck circles. Try to relax into your hips. Take a breath here. So I'm not mirroring you here, so listen to the cues. My left knee is bent and on top. I'm going to swing this left leg back, internally rotating the hip, making 2, maybe 45-degree angles, stag legs. Make space for that left sit bone to melt down, and that might pop up the front knee. You could gently find some release there. Then we'll bring our left hand to our right foot. Right hand pressing right thigh down and trying to slide our left elbow towards the thigh or even towards the ground. Head pulling away from that front hand, so left ear towards left shoulder. And then explore kind of swinging forward and back. Chest forward, chest back. And over to the back side, back knee. Beautiful. Lift back upright and turn your upper body home. Hands towards the top of the mat. You could swing up your sag legs a little bit more open. Try to spiral into the twist. Left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. Take a breath there. Moving into our half frog. You glide your left knee outside the mat, outside your hip. Now lift your hips and pull the right leg all the way back as you lower to your elbows. Go ahead and just square out your left knee outside the hip, your ankle below the knee, and you're in this cobra or sphinx position, half frog. Then some cobra rolls, kind of just listening to your back, lifting and lowering the elbows. Maybe trying wider hands, trying narrow hands. Now tuck your back toes under and flex the left foot. Keep your right knee down, elevate your chest, then lift your hips. Step on the left foot, keep your right knee down, this little crouching position, drop your head. Back and forth 2 more times. Use your upper body strength to bend your elbows, soften your knee and your hip, and then your chest to the ground. So it can start in a little back bend, and then you pull your hips up. Step on your left foot, right knee stays down, shake your head out. 1 more time, soft landing on the knee and the hip, roll down. Press up, lift your hips and fingertips, maybe forehead towards the ground. Take a breath here. Glide your hands in, slide them in, and ragdoll up the spine for kneeling side angle, forearm to quad, or fingers to ground. Try to stack your shoulders and rock side to side. Hip back over the knee, knee over those left toes. Dropping ear to shoulder. And a big cartwheel, right hand down, left foot straightens. Now you're in a modified side plank. And you can drop your ear the other way and make a big rainbow here. Good. Taking some elbow to knee crunches. You can keep those back toes tucked. Crunch it in. Expand it out. Maybe don't put that foot down. Crunch it in. Expand it to the side. 2. Stretch. And 1. Now, elbow to knee are connected. You're going to take a big walk forward. Left foot to the top of the mat. Glide your arms forward. Elevate off your back knee and meet me in high crescent lunge. Maybe wiggle your feet further if you need more space. Straighten the back knee. Bend into the front knee. Possibly take a cactus back bend. Find that balance and flush it out to your flow. Hands to the mat, sweep left foot back, chaturanga. Toes slide back, heart pulls forward, up dog. Let's take a child's pose here. All right, take some breaths in child's pose, or you can sit up on the knees and take some counter stretches on the wrists, some neck release, some shoulders, circling, whatever you want to do. We are going to repeat that flow. All right, anything you need to do, grab some water, Meet me at, let's start at the top of the mat. So if you want to practice jumping to get there, or you just want to walk up and meet me in mountain pose, whatever way to get there, go ahead and take some time to move forward. Let's find a forward fold. So go ahead and drop forward, shake out your head, take a breath into your back, soften your hamstrings, and ragdoll your way up. Rolling up the vertebrae, shoulders and head up last. Okay, so just moving through a sun salutation, getting to that down dog. We'll do one circle each direction. So we went from 3 to 2, and now just a single leg circle each way. Mountain pose, spread your toes, spread your fingers, tuck your tailbone, stand tall and proud. Take an inhale to a back bend, press into your toes, heart up. Exhale, swan dive. Back to Uttanasana, forward fold, heavy head. Inhale, on your halfway lift, crouch down, hands plant, jump or walk back to plank or chaturanga. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, upward facing dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. All right, right foot up for your split. Take that leg to the side for your abduction and hover. Other way, abduct right out to your side of your hip. Split and set it down. Switch legs. Left leg split. Abduct. Strong outer hip, outer glute. Hover. Other way. Abduct. Feel your obliques too. Side of your abs. Split. Now knee curls into the nose. Drop your hips and look forward. Soften your right knee and jump switch to lizard. Right foot outside, pinky, lower the knee. Quick counter stretch on your right hand. Turn to your twist, circle your wrist, and circle your shoulder. Reach forward, tuck your back toes. Elbow to knee crunch right under your belly. Step back. Right hand down, half a crow. Left knee into your armpit or your tricep. Maybe you lift your right hand or keep it grounded. Step back. This time, pull that knee into the middle. Now, lift your right hand. Take your knee outside your right ankle. Turn it to the right and sit. Half Lord of the Fish. Let's add a twist this time. Bring your left hand or elbow across your right thigh and take a little twist towards the back of your mat or behind you. Inhale and exhale. Unravel. Take your right knee back, internally rotated, stag legs. Right hand on left foot, left hand on left thigh, and drop your elbow maybe inside your leg towards the mat. So you let your head fall away, rocking forward and to the side. Nice, take your hands to the top of your mat. Open up your legs a little bit more. Stag twist, you can add a push-up there. Elbows to ribs, maybe 2. Now right knee climbs outside the mat. Lift your hips and jump the left foot back, lower to Sphinx, half frog. Left knee outside hip, foot behind knee. Let's just do one little lift for your back. Now bring your hands by your chest. Tuck your left toes, flex your right foot. Lift and lift your hips, stepping on right foot, left knee. Drop forehead to mat, just one more time. Lower and land. Lift and stretch back. Right foot down, toes pointing right, left knee down, head down. Ragdoll your way up to kneeling and take your side angle pose to the right. Cartwheel up, side plank, kneeling. Your right foot is long, you can drop into a rainbow, rounded side body, and elbow to knee. Let's do 3, expand. Top crunch, 2, expand. Now 1, elbow to knee, step forward to the top of your mat. Elevate your back knee and hop up into crescent lunge. Back bend, cactus, neutral. All right, twist. Left arm forward, right arm back. Scissor your right hip back and your inner thighs. Squeeze your belly in as you pull the arms apart. This next sequence is a lot of balance work. Don't feel bad if you're falling all over the place. It's gonna happen. Look forward. 2 options. Step onto your right foot. You can either grab your left outer thigh and keep your knee bent, or you can take right peace fingers into a yogi toe lock, standing big toe twist. All right, your left ankle crosses over your right thigh for figure 4. Sit back in your chair. Here's where it gets tricky. We're gonna try to touch our right elbow to our left knee. Shiva, swing your knee behind your front knee or right knee and try to touch your left elbow to right knee. 2 more times. Figure 4, right elbow swings across. Shiva, left elbow, front right knee. Little curtsy squat. 1 more time. Calf might be screaming at you. Twisted figure 4 and twisted Shiva. All right, try to find a warrior 3. We'll take a break in a moment. Straighten, lengthen, lengthen. Soften your right knee, drop off your hands and split. Standing split, left toes to sky, head is heavy. Wherever you want to take this, just engage your back, the back of your leg, the hamstrings. You could try to balance, grabbing your ankles and really kicking those toes up. Whew. All right, step back like you're going into pyramid. Bend your back knee and swing your hips back as far as you can and try to actually sit down. Thinking of a seated pistol, we're gonna rock up to pistol, step forward. So if you wanna circle out your ankle, that was a lot on the calf. Now either using your hands to lift into pistol or we're gonna rock, step on the right foot, lower the left knee. This is your toe stand position. You can pop up onto your right toes and try to lift your left knee, balance here. 1 breath, we're gonna use the power of our legs to rise. Drop your heels down. Step forward, open up to warrior 2. Bend your front knee, wiggle into a nice wide stance, pull your arms in opposition. Here's where our half moon comes into play. So if you want a block here, I'm gonna scoop up a block. Warrior 2, inhale. Exhale, cartwheel, half moon balance. If you have the block, it'll be less work on that calf again. We're gonna stack our shoulders, ribs, and hips. You could also turn this into a sugar cane by grabbing the inside or outside of your foot and kicking gently the toes and knees up high. From here, Skandasana, soften your right knee, take a big step, facing the left. All right, we're gonna keep this Skandasana lifted and we're gonna push our palms right above our knee onto our thigh. You can bind your hands or just stack your hands. Lean into that back left foot. I'm not mirroring you, so just listen. Right foot abducts. Lifting as high as you can in front of you towards the front of your mat. Ooh. Good. Hip, foot outside. Yeah, reaching forward. All right, now take this foot and swing it behind your left foot, taking your pinky toe edge maybe lined up with the back edge of your mat. Sink down. Can you bring your belly towards your thigh and then circle sweep your right hand to the top of the mat, moving inside plank. Elevate those left toes like a dancer on tiptoes. Hips up. Hips down, hips up. Swing your knee forward, lower your left hand and knee, drop it off gently. Walk your right hand forward and find tiger pose. Grab your big toe edge of your foot and kick up. Take a breath here. Shine the heart forward. Let your shoulder open back. Couple more shapes to go. Release your knee hip width. Slide your left hand that's still back there to your left heel and circle sweeping side camel. Hips up, heart up. You could cradle the head or just reach that diagonal. If you want to go deeper, heart up, cactus, right elbow to the side. Whew. All right, now swing out of it the way you went in. Drop your right hand off to tabletop. Left arm lifts and thread the needle is next. Reach that arm under, drop off your left shoulder, side of the head. All right, take a moment to relax in that twist. And then we're gonna make it a little bit harder. Bring your hand again under your elbow, spiral your gaze up, tuck your right toes under and elevate your right knee. Once you have that balance, can you squeeze that right leg up towards the ceiling, engaging your glutes and hamstrings? You might roll off the back and end up on your back, but we're gonna try to use our core and our shoulders to keep us in this position. Now this left foot that's down, swing the toes to the right side of your mat and crisscross your knees and walk your way up to cow-faced pose, sitting your hips in between your heels. Did you get there? I know, a lot of funky shapes, and we will hold here, stacking your knees, stacking your spine. 2 arm options. We could take eagle wrap. Since your left knee is over, let's swing our left arm under. Garudasana on the elbows, in front of the shoulders, maybe a little tilt back. And you can also do the cow-faced arms. Left arm over, right arm back. See if your fingers can find each other. Good. Or just grab onto your feet and try to find some ease in those hips. Beautiful job. We're just gonna make one more shape here. Sitting into boat pose. Bring your fingertips behind you, squeeze your chest forward, and then unravel. Ooh, left foot out, right foot out. You're at the very back of your mat. Find me in Navasana boat pose. You can circle your wrists and ankles. Good, squeeze. You can give yourself a little hug. And let's just drop those feet. Scoot your hips back and fold into a nice forward fold in seated. We went through the whole flow. We will do that one more time on the other side. Take some time to just breathe. And again, I'm gonna let you decide how we get back to the top of the mat. Do you wanna roll through a vinyasa? Do you want to just pull your feet in and stand? If you have space behind you or you need to scoot forward, you could do a little rock and roll to stand, maybe to squat. You could rock and roll to plank, chaturanga, down dog, up dog, jump forward. All right, whatever you do, get to that top of the mat, and we'll do this flow one more time on the second side. If you need a counter stretch on the wrist, you can do those chicken wings, back of the hand in the ribs, elbows heavy. And anything you need to do here to just kind of let loose, swinging, dancing, vibration bounces, and let's go. All right, Tadasana, spread your fingers, spread your toes, tuck your tailbone, grow an inch taller, engage your quads. Inhale to your standing back bend. Exhale, swan dive. Head heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, crouch the knees down, plant the hands down, pick up the heels, jump back to plank or chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Connect to the breath. Shake out your head and hips. Bend and straighten your knees. Here we go. Left foot splits. Abducts. Hover, other way, abduct. split, and switch. Right leg splits, moves to the side, and hover. Keep the leg long unless you don't have space. Abduct, split. Now pull the knee to the nose. Now look forward, drop the hip. Soften your left knee, jump switch, lizard. Left foot outside pinky. Counter stretch that left hand, length your fingers. Then twist, circle your wrist, and continue that shoulder circle back and forward. Tuck your back toes under, elbow to knee crunch, belly under the belly, balance. Step back, lower your hand, right knee on right tricep, half a crow. Step back. Swing your knee right in between, maybe lift your arm. Now swing the right knee to the left and sit, facing the left side of your mat. Stack your shoulders, drop your hips, and now add your half lord at the fish twist. You can hook your elbow around, lengthen, rotate. See if you can look over your left shoulder behind you. Unravel. Swing that left knee back, double stag. Left hand on right foot, slide that elbow down. As you push your right thigh down with your hand, drop your head away, and then just explore a little bit of a folding to side back leaning. Lift up, spin your upper body home, maybe widen your stag and try to rotate left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. A couple push-ups if you want. Elbows bend and straighten, chest drops and lifts. Now this left back foot climbs outside the hip. Lift the hips and jump the right foot back, lower to your thigh and your elbows. You can shake out the wrists. All right, check in with your form. Left knee outside hip, left foot outside or behind knee. You can lift up for the back bend and down. Then prepare hands by chest. Tuck your right toes under, flex the left toes. Lift hips up, left foot down, right knee down. Drop your head just one more time. Slowly drop off your knee and hip, roll down. Press up, lift your hips, right knee stays down, left knee spirals up, forehead to mat, maybe fingertips down, and then drag your hands in, ragdoll up. Here we go with kneeling side angle. And a big cartwheel over to kneeling side plank. Drop into that arc, hips forward, side body stretch, and your crunches. Elbow to knee, expand, 3. Elbow to knee, expand, 2. Now hold the knee, swing the foot all the way to the top of the mat forward, and elevate to crescent lunge, maybe a little back bend. Here's the second part of the flow where we add twist, right arm forward, left arm back, pull the arms apart, scissor inner thighs, engage that core. Look forward, balance into a high knee twist or a yogi to walk twist. If you can't straighten that knee, no worries, just keep it bent. Standing twist. Look forward, cross your ankle on your thigh, figure 4, squat down. Okay, tricky part, left elbow to right knee. Shiva. Swing the knee behind, right elbow to left knee. Figure 4, left elbow, sit back in your chair, figure 4. Shiva, right elbow, left knee. Hug the heel in, one more time. Last night I was hopping everywhere, today I can do it. Different all the time. I also have a wall to cheat here. Left elbow, right knee, figure 4, last one. Shiva, twist, right elbow, left knee. Warrior 3, can you hang on for a couple more breaths? Foot back, hands forward, engage the core, square the hips. And then, we get to fall into our standing split. Squeeze the glutes, stop the head. Any variation, you can hug your ankles. Squeezing your right glute and hamstring. You can try to balance grounding both your ankles. That's a tough one. Pulling up to split deeper. All right. Bring your right foot down like pyramid, but bend your back right knee and pull your hips all the way down to either pistol or pistol and then sit back. You might end up falling the last couple inches. All right. So if you can do a pistol, we'll rock up to pistol and then forward into that little duck lunge, or use your hands. Pistol, pull your weight forward onto the left heel, and then drop your right knee. You can circle out that ankle, release the calf, and then come onto tiptoes, left toes, pick up your right back knee, and here's a little toe stand balance. Then gather up all that leg strength and power to rise up and then lower the heels down. Warrior 2, step forward, step back to the 45, open up. Pull your arms apart, bend into front knee. Watch the knee is not caving in. Draw it right over the toes or facing towards the top of your mat. Bend, breathe. Here's where you might scoop up your block for half moon. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel. Flex out those back toes. Square or stack shoulders, ribs, hips. Stay here. Active. Core. Good. Legs. Or you could take sugar cane where you grab either side of the foot and try to split the legs, knee and toes up. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna step back to the side, turning towards your right Skandasana, side lunge, only halfway down. Stack or bind your hand on your right thigh and start to really lean into the right foot, drag your left foot in and up. Right knee stays bent for your shelf, and the left leg is as high as you can lift it, facing the top of the mat. Flex those feet, breathe, feel your obliques. Now swing that leg behind like a curtsy. Can you match up your pinky toe with the edge of your mat? Hinge your belly to your thigh and then swing your left hand forward. You can even crawl there with both hands. Elevate your right toes. Find a nice side plank side stretch. Dip your hip. Lift your hips. All right, swing your right knee and right hand to the mat, face forward. And left foot lifts, tiger pose. Right toes can stay tucked or you can release. And kick into your tiger pose stretch. Toes to sky, right shoulder and chest opening behind you. Breathe. As you let go, carefully drop your knees, hips distance. Tuck your right toes and swing sideways and up towards your kind of sideways camel pose, Ustrasana. So we're kind of sweeping over to the diagonal. If you'd like, you could turn the heart up, cradle your head, or you can keep it sideways, or some of each. Hips forward, heart up. Cartwheel the left hand down to table. Right arm lifts only to thread under the open space. Drop onto your right shoulder, right side of the head. And then just explore for a few breaths. Finding ease through the spine, rolling to the back of the head. Almost done here. Bring that left hand under the elbow. Tuck your left toes under, lift the knee, and then when you feel stable, pressing into your right knee, right shoulder, left hand and fingers, elevate the left toes as high as you can behind you. Keep the core on or you're gonna do a little somersault roll behind you or off to your side, good. From here, these right toes are gonna try to swing to the left so we can cross our left knee, cow face. Walk onto your hands And then climb yourself to the back of your mat, sitting in between your heels in your cow-faced legs. Did we get there? Your arm options are eagle wrap. Right arm swings under left arm. Elbows up. Little tilt option. Neutral. And maybe cow-faced arms. Right arm over, left arm under. Or release your hands out to your sides. Find some ease in those hips. Swing your hands behind your body. Puff your chest through. And finally, swinging your legs out and up. Right leg up, left leg up. You're at the back of your mat in boat pose. Circle out your wrists and your ankles. Give everything a nice little shake. Just to get yourself to the middle of your mat, how about a tabletop? Swing your fingers sideways or 45 degrees. Swing those hips up, heart up, and then pull your hips to the middle of the mat and try that boat pose again. High boat. Let's come down to low boat. Take some breaths there. Some rocking like a ball, rolling like a ball. Roll, balance, roll, balance. All right, I'm going to leave it up to you. Some yogi's choice time. You can take a seated fold. You can do some ab work or some inversions. Maybe just for fun, all of you that like to invert, you could try rolling to a handstand. A little bit of space behind you. Roll to your feet, to your hands. Jump your legs up. All right, whatever you're working on, you can go ahead and hit pause and continue. And then be sure to take a few minutes in a meditation. It could be corpse pose, child's pose, just a kneeling meditation, lotus, wherever you're going to be comfortable. Maybe set a timer, just 2 minutes of stillness in your mind, in your body, to reap the benefits of all that thinking, all that movement. You want to honor your body in that way at the end of class. Thank you so much for joining me. It means the world to me if you could do all the YouTube things, thumbs up, a like, a share, a comment. All those things go a long way for my channel. You could drop a green heart in the comments if you made it to the end with me. And then keep your eyes open for just the flow, where I will take out all the warm-ups and the extras, and we will just do right side, left side, the whole flow strung together. Thank you so much. See you next time.